Alright everybody, welcome back to the 10,000 signs per minute megabase project. Last episode we left off with this thing. It is completed, the starter base, and we are just about to launch the first rocket. The rocket is ready. And today we are going to take the first steps beyond the starter base and see what all of the things are which we need to do in order to get to 10,000 signs per minute. There's going to be many in between steps. We're going to figure that out today a little bit. I think we'll start off a little bit with the plan, and then we'll continue a little bit with the execution of the plan, I guess. Right, but yeah, there's a lot of things to do. We're not going to build any part of 10,000 signs per minute today. For instance, we are probably bottlenecked by power, if I can find a power line to click on. Yeah, we've got a 480 megawatt starter plant and we are pretty much near the limit of that. So I think power is one of the first things we need to tackle. But perhaps one of the firster things we will need to tackle is biters, since we have been expanding a lot and the pollution is actually creeping up even on the big nests here, and expansions have been popping up all over the map. They have been taking out our radars, so perhaps we need to go fix that a little bit as well. Right. Hello everybody in chat. Thanks Mr. Mehano for the 5th month on a Prime subscription. Hello Eric. Mr. Wapcaplet was probably the main place tester of this map. It didn't really catch on when I posted this blueprint on Patreon over a year ago, but I think it was you, right? You played this map a couple times and I got some valuable advice for optimizations, because designs are never finished in Factorio. And this is the result we ended up with. Like, this time it has lights and it's a lot nicer to look at, especially at night. Hand-fed 10,000 signs per minute. I don't think even I can pull that off. Right. I have no idea actually in which state I left the map, except that we were about to start launching a rocket over here. I think it is ready. Satellite is not inside. Satellite is not set. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. It's kind of double. I think I launched the first rocket at the end of the last stream, and I need to launch it again at the start of this stream, because everybody loves a good rocket launch. And this is going to be the first one. So let's actually load the actual game, where I didn't use commands to zoom out beyond normal limits. So this is the normal maximum zoom level, but with the zoom command you can zoom out a bit further and get like the epic base overview shots. But after that I always have to reload, because as soon as you... Let's enable the satellite. As soon as you use a command, you basically, your achievements get invalidated. It's like you have gone into editor mode basically, even though it's just a simple zoom command. Oh, that's gonna take a while, I guess. Maybe not that long actually. Alright, let's just stay here a little bit until we hear the sound. Alright. I don't really know where to start though. I'm gonna make a list that's gonna take a little bit longer than we need to launch this rocket, I think. Oh yeah, the satellite is being crafted, so it is gonna be inserted automatically. And then we're gonna watch the first rocket launch for the second time. Right now. Right now. Alright. I guess we get the victory screen again. So 20 hours to the first rocket. We did already research almost every technology in the game though, which was our real priority. The rocket was not important, since it is just a small stepping stone to unlock the infinite technologies in this game. So we have almost researched all non-infinite technologies, and from here on out you need the space science pack, and you can just keep upgrading like weapon damage forever. Bot speed, you can keep upgrading it forever, though that gets expensive quite fast. And of course, the very important mining productivity, we can keep upgrading forever, and that is going to be a requirement for getting a sort of a normal size 10,000 signs per minute base, to have a very high level of mining productivity, so it's easy to mine ore from centralized locations instead of having tens of thousands of mines all over the map. Alright, that's the first space science packs. Extracted from the silo, it's gonna self-regulate. This inserter will only output This inserter will only input a new satellite if this chest is empty, and this chest will only be empty if this belt is full. So basically that's like a self-regulating system, we don't need to worry about it. It's the first space science packs going to the labs. Space exploration 300 hours. I think this map will take roughly 300 hours as well, just to get vanilla 10,000 signs per minute. I may be off by a couple hundred hours here, but I hope I'm not off by an order of magnitude. Alright. Nice design for the labs. We got all these circling signs, that's gonna slightly worse for UPS, but it is nice to look at. Right, the space signs is going underneath the yellow and purple signs with the cursed belt weaving system. Let's zoom in a bit. Purple signs going up with yellow signs, space signs going in the other direction. That is our sign system. Looks like every lab has got space signs inside now. That means this belt will fill up, then this belt will fill up, and just 2 or 3 rocket launches, and rocket launches will automatically stop. Right. I guess that was step 1 of today complete, launch a rocket. Now it's time for step 2, make a plan. Space exploration 10,000 signs per minute, no thank you. Hello SDB, you didn't miss much, I just did a rerun of the end of last time, where we just launched the rocket. We are about to start thinking about the plan. It kinda looks a little bit annoying that all these gaps are in here. I guess since the last time we went radar placing and biter hunting, we have undergone a tremendous power spike. We've got like full damage explosive rockets now with full shooting speed, whereas initially when we did this exploration loop we had like a very slow rocket launching speed and our lasers were not really powerful. So perhaps we'll just go fix this grid a bit. Alright, let's just put things on the list. First thing is fix radar grid. Fix radar grid and take out dangerous expansions. And the dangerous expansions are the ones which are really close. Let's make a list somewhere over here. Alright. That is one thing to do. Second thing we have to do is probably power. Since the base is using 420 megawatts of power out of the 480 we have. I think I even switched off this belt of green chips because our power was insufficient at that moment. Although at this point in time it looks like we did efficiency module all of these furnaces. All of the miners are moduled as well. The entire base is a productivity module though, that is the requirement for the 63 signs per minute base. So those we cannot change, but everything that does not need to be productivity or speed moduled has been efficiency moduled. So I think we can probably We can probably... What can we probably... Probably we can enable this belt again. And we just will keep an eye on if this power consumption stays under control. Alright, meanwhile all of these buffer chests are filling up. That is good, because another thing which is on the list is to make a bot mall. Yes, we are finally gonna make a mall or a manufacturing centrum or whatever. We can use this to get started, but eventually I think we will use this empty area down here to make a mall for everything which is in the game, and it's gonna be bot fed, so logistics bots. So that is another big thing. List was up here. Bot mall, an actual mall. So yeah, you don't really need any mall to launch a rocket. We launched the entire rocket without a mall. I'll show you our mall. This is my mall. It's got yellow belts and inserters and red belts. That is my mall. The rest was all handcrafted from intermediates, and we could basically handcraft everything as fast as we could place it. Or we could use this handy 20 personal assembler area to get all of that done. We're trying the starter base. Yeah, let me know how it went. You can also send a message on Patreon, then I'll see it for sure. Alright, so bot mall. Let's also give it some symbols. It's going to be up there for a bit. Logistic bot mall. Fix radar grid. I guess it can have a radar. And then of course, before we can really build anything significant, what we first need is more power. That's going to be sort of a multi-step program, I think. Alright. More power. Let's go with the nuclear reactor symbol, because indeed we are going to do that with nuclear power. So the big plan, let's start from the back. Big plan. Big plan. Big plan. Big plan is of course 10,000. I'll just leave the dot or comma because everybody disagrees what it should be. 10k SPM is the big plan. Guess we'll put a lab for that. But in order to do that, we're gonna need we cannot go from the starter base to 10k SPM in one step, because the problem is you only start researching at 10,000 signs per minute once the entire 10,000 signs per minute base is complete. So you won't be able to get far enough into the tech tree to get to the level of technology that we want for the 10,000 signs per minute base. So what we are going to do before that is to build a 1,000 signs per minute base. We can do that from the starter base, and we can use that 1,000 signs per minute base to get deep in the technology tree and research tons and tons of those mining upgrades. Probably bot speed we can research up to level, I guess, 20 or so. And that gets expensive quite fast, as you see. There's probably going to be 1,000,000 signs even. But yeah, with 1,000 SPM, you can research... you can research 60,000 signs per hour. 1,000 signs per second is 3.6 million. Alright, 6,000 signs per hour. 60,000 signs per hour. 60,000. Alright. So what is realistically possible? This will take an hour to research with the 1,000 signs per minute base. Of course, we're going to spend dozens of hours designing the 10,000 signs per minute base. So I guess we can get to like 15. Yeah, somewhere like 15 or so with the 1,000 signs per minute base. And mining productivity, that can go up quite fast. It only increases by 2,500 signs every 10%. Alright, thanks Grey Hill for the level 1 subscription as well. It was a slow start for the self-balancing starter base, since started Lazy Bastard as well. Yeah, this is not really designed as an all achievements run, so lazy bastard is not taken into account. Alright, the thing is, to build any sort of post starter base, we're gonna need tons and tons of those shiny Mark III productivity modules, as well as the shiny Mark III modules. So these go in the assemblers and oil refineries and whatnot, and these go in the beacons. These things are super expensive, so we're gonna build a special area for that. I guess we should call this just a module 3 area. So we're gonna do a special build to get module 3s. We also should probably do a special build to get blue bells. Maybe we can do the 1000 signs per minute with red bells, but even then I'd probably have to go for a dedicated red belt production, because I'm not sure this is gonna cut it. I'll just put it on the list for now with a question mark. Blue belts, guys, blue belts area. I don't know what you are thinking about. Well, this is Factorio. Factorio is not round or spherical, it is flat. So obviously it should be blue belts. Thanks Redshift as well for the 4th month subscription, man. Alright, blue belts area. Let's do a question mark, because I'm not really sure I need a special area for that already. I can probably just produce this in my starter base. But for the 10,000 signs per minute we definitely need to make a special build for that. So I happen to know for 1000 signs per minute you need like slightly more than 50 bells of resources. I think it was about 56 or so. If you use full module 3s you can get away with roughly 56 bells of resources. If I remember correct, don't quote me on that, because this is just from the top of my head from a couple of years ago. But that would mean we need 560 red bells. Sorry, 560 blue bells to provide a 10,000 signs per minute base. So that is a lot of bells. That's going to be literal hundreds of thousands of bells, so that definitely needs its own area. But yeah, perhaps for the 1000 signs per minute base we can do that at home. We've already got a 10,000 signs per minute base at home. Alright, module 3 area, belts area. Bot mall. I think bot mall we should put on there as well. So it looks like the two lists are melting together into one. Right, we have done artillery. Then there is only one more technology left in the game, atomic bomb. And of course braking force. Oh hey Skelter, thanks as well for the 4th month subscription. A lot of familiar faces today in chat. Alright, the only technologies left is braking force. I guess we'll do braking force as well. I kinda hate braking force. I think it's epic that the train comes slowly to a halt, so I usually don't research it even if I have trains. Alright. But before we can do any of this we need more power. So let's also move this guy over to here. But before we can build more power, I think we're gonna go for a tileable nuclear plant. Because I want to get up to like 100 or so nuclear plants in the end. So I just want to be able to tile them all together. If you make a tileable design, what you need to do is basically you just take 4 of these and then you need to develop all of this which is around this nuclear plant here. You need to basically limit yourself to a 10 tile wide space on both sides to get all of the heat exchangers, the steam turbines and all the fluid mechanics and pumps. If you manage to do this in a 10 high tile area, so basically Basically, this is a nuclear reactor ribbon world. If you can pull that off, you can make a tileable design which you can just stack on top of each other. Like so, tuk 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 tuk. So I already designed one of those, so I think I'm just gonna use that one, because it takes probably like somewhere between 2 and 5 hours to properly design that, I think. But so before we can do a tileable nuclear reactor somewhere on the water, we've got a couple large bodies of water. This is the closest by one, so we may go over here. There's also uranium and stone nearby. Stone for landfill, uranium for fuel cells, and iron for fuel cells as well. So that could be a self-sustaining fuel cell production, I think. Yeah, we just need the uranium and some iron for the fuel cells, so we could build that here. Right, first location found. I'm all over the place again. Where is my prime chip? I don't see it in the chat. Oh, alright, I'll just pretend that it's in the chat. And thanks, Chief Justice Man, for your subscription through Amazon Prime. Redelegating Jeff Bezos' money straight out of his pocket. Alright, we've got a tileable nuclear plant on this area of the map then. Tileable nuclear plant. If it fits. There are some islands here, which is bad. Right, somewhere over here, I guess. The islands are not good. We kind of need to explore around the back here as well, just to see if there's like more islands, because you make like a big square of landfill in the water, so that the design also features the water pumps in a nice orderly pattern, so you don't need to manually connect hundreds of water pumps to your nuclear plant, which slows things down as well with long fluid mechanics all over the map. So we're just going to have a large square of landfill which has all the water pumps at the edge. But that means islands, there cannot be islands in the way, because if islands are interfering with your landfill square, you cannot place the pumps at the end of it. And unfortunately we don't have water fill in the vanilla game. So we cannot water fill anyone's house. Right. So that is what we need for power, is landfill. Like a really large amount of landfill. So we're gonna set up a special stone mine for that. Landfill for plant. Right, we've got all of those things. Fixed radar grid and dangerous expansions. We'll move that here as well. And maybe we will expand it a little bit, because it looks like we're gonna need to know what is on the back of this as well. So we may do a bigger loop, another exploration loop where we place a bunch of those solar panels in a nice grid, so we have vision on most of the map. That would be nice to have. But I think that's going to be a two-step process. I think we're first going to take out the dangerous biters, check our new weaponry, or at least the upgrades on our new weaponry, reinstate the grid. I think then we'll come back to the base, we'll set up landfill. We'll probably use some of these to basically automate miners and some other stuff which we are going to need. And I think once we set up all of this, we can also set up like nuclear power plant materials already. That was going to take quite a while to craft, so that is, we need to introduce logistics bots in the system here. We can use up all of this stuff. How's power? Power is actually okay. Power is actually okay, so that's good. We have launched 2 rockets meanwhile. You can see the belt is backing up now for the rockets. I think one more launch and this belt will be fully backed up. And this green light on this burner inserter will turn red and it won't insert satellites anymore because science will be backed up until inside this chest. Alright. So this is going to be a two-step process. So let's copy this once more. So taking out the biters is going to be something we do first. We'll work from the bottom to the top in this one. And this one is going to be like increase radar grid. Increase radar grid. And take out lots of nests probably. If the experiment turns out to be successful. And in between we come back to the base and we'll set up like a starter bot mall for miners and nuclear plant. Alright, so yeah, looks like I think I got the plan then for the next couple of hours laid out. So first, fix the radar grid, take out the nearby biter nests. Then we come back, make logistics bots, automate miners for the landfill, automate a nuclear plant so we can make the nuclear plant on the landfill in the water. Well, that's gonna take a long time to craft, probably. So in the meantime, we're just gonna go out and explore new terrain around the entire outside of the map, especially on the back side of this lake to find out what's going on in the water over here. Alright, once we've done that, we can actually lay out the landfill, then we can build the tileable nuclear reactor, which increases our power basically infinitely. We can just keep pasting more reactors whenever we need power. This also is going to involve probably building a better uranium patch than what we have now. Or setting up Covarex enrichment, that would work. That would work as well. That would probably work better since I'm not going to be using uranium ammo. So we are not really going to need tons of these dark green rocks. So we may as well turn them into light green rocks with that Covarex enrichment process. I got 69 shiny green rocks in this chest. Nice. And that is definitely enough to... Oh, that we gotta fix as well, man. We gotta fix the night vision in our base. With like some permanent radars. It's been 20 hours. Yeah, this is unacceptable. I do have this vision inside my base, but all these outposts needs to be radared up as well. Alright. So let's quickly throw away some of this garbage I am carrying around. I guess, what do we need? Anything special really? I don't have solar panels and radars on me, but I think I should have some in one of these chests over here. Ah yeah, there's some left in here, some radars, power lines and solar panels to power those radars. I do have enough stuff to craft more radars, and also some steel would be good to have, I think. Is the mic not doing too hot? Most people say the microphone is fine. I've been having a lot of microphone problems since I moved to this location. It's been absolutely horrible for the Warptorio series. Somehow there my voice sounds annoyingly very different compared to on the stream. Right, so I'm just gonna use this overlay in the map here to see where I should be placing some of these radars. Just to make sure all of it is visible. Okay, I guess we don't really need that mine, so we'll switch it out for this radar here. And now we should also have like night view in this area here. So let's switch off the pollution for now, because it makes it quite hard to see. I think I'll keep the grid instead of the recipes. Alright. So this steel mine is completely lit up. Now this copper area over here, which does fit into one. I guess we'll place one more somewhere over on this side. I think that part should be visible. There should be a radar here, alright. 1, 2, 3. So this one is visible, so I can place this one, yeah, at the same chunk basically. Let's place it just behind here. Alright, and then we just need to light up the starter mines, the oil patch. And then we'll go actually do stuff. Right, that's good for the starter miners. The nuclear plant does have radars integrated in its design. I guess we could take out this old power plant, but for now I won't. For now we'll just hook up this oil patch here with a radar as well. Alright, then we can at least view all the elements of our base even when it's night. For the rest of the map that's not really important, but for the initial part it is. Right, I have no idea what... this is like the pre and post efficiency module thing. Let's check the pollution. 1.6k, 1.4k is 3k, 3.7, 4.1, 4.3, 4.5. About 4,500 pollution a minute. Alright, so that's about double the time when we... We're producing like double the pollution compared to before we set up these outposts, I think, is what that means. Let's get rid of those as well, it's not important anymore. I think it is time to start quickly just taking out some of those biters. We got a new milestone. Okay, why does this not fit on the screen normally? That's kind of annoying. I think I'm playing with a different screen resolution now. One of the things I try to do to to improve the stream, but yeah, now this screen is all messed up. It doesn't fit in one line, that's basically the problem. Alright, so what did we do? We made 1000 solar panels and we didn't place them. They are just for the rocket silo, so I guess they're going to be in this chest over here mostly. Soon we're going to have 1000 accumulators created as well, I imagine. But solar panels is ahead because we made like a couple hundred solar panels for our radar outposts. Right. The good thing is there is no hiding for the biter expansions. We just can immediately spot wherever they are. Only in here, but we just know we need to check this area. Biters pass through here, so probably a nest has settled somewhere close by. But in general, we can find all of them. So we don't even need to make sure with this green expansion circle thing to check where all the biter bases are. This is the most recent expansion. It's still ongoing. This guy just woke up. This is the expansion group and these are the new spawning biters around the nests. I can probably just walk here with my spider. I do not have the laser things in my thing. Let's just do this. I just want to see if we can spot another nest. Yeah, there, another one just popped up over here. So these guys are slowly transforming into nests. I'm arriving at the place. You see, suddenly these biters become active because now I'm close by. That was pretty fun. Right, but I'm not ready. We need to throw away all this Roboport power. Let's just put one on the top. I'm not really too careful with my power generation, but that's okay. We'll just do the laser turret thing. These things now output 99 damage per shot, 30 plus 69. So that's a significant upgrade over when we first went out. And the rockets now are 280 explosion damage with all the upgrades complete. And the shooting speed is incredible. Holy moly, yeah, that is whoa, you even like insta-kill these behemoth worms, man. Let's try it out on this big nest then. I cannot hold myself back any longer. Let's try to take out this nest and see how that goes. That goes very, very well. Yeah, they're just zapped into oblivion like straight away. That's all of him. Okay, so yeah, massive power spike since the last time we did it. I think the last time we were a little bit scared to take on the bigger nests with the unupgraded lasers and stuff. I think now though we can just rip apart almost any biter nest up until we meet like behemoth worms very far out. Here we are just crossing over from medium worms into big worms. So this is the distance from spawn where medium worms spawn. There's going to be like big worms, and much farther out is going to be behemoth worms, so we won't have to deal with those for quite a while. Right, first radar is fixed. I guess we technically could just do like a little Spidertron can do it himself dance, like so. And then we just watch the show. I'm not touching nothing. No. Okay. I need to take out all of them because they will follow me and they will follow me past the radars. So let's spend a little bit more time at each nest. That's by making more waypoints. These are behemoth worms, by the way. In expansions, the worms which spawn are a function of the evolution factor, whereas with the pre-generated nests is a function of distance to spawn. Oh. Yes, so we took a significant hit to the walking speed. Alright, this is working better. With a little bit of extra jiggly, we can also take out all the biters. Now I can read some chat while I play the game simultaneously. Yeah, on my map water scale is also adjusted. I think I set it to 400%. The bad thing is though, with normal water, let's watch this one first. Oh man, yeah, they're instantly zapped into oblivion. Okay, that may be a little bit excessive, but I guess it still works. Okay, let's just take out some of those while we look at the map and do other stuff. So I think we can be fairly sure that everything will be alright. Spider won't get destroyed. I've set the water scaling to 400%. The good thing is you've got a lot of land to build on. The bad thing is roboports can get stuck if they need to fly across large bodies of water. What will happen is they will try to fly out, and then they won't make it, so they'll search the nearest roboport to recharge, and that's gonna be this one. So they just get stuck in an infinite loop trying to fly out to this side to do something, but they run out of juice and they return back to the nearest roboport, and they really get stuck in an infinite loop. You will never find them again. So that is the disadvantage of having large bodies of water. If you plan to make a roboport grid, you gotta put some thought into it and basically direct the path the bots will take, so they don't have a chance to get stuck flying over the water. So you could make your roboports go like this, and then like this for instance. They'll fly up to go to here, but they run out of juice, go charge here. Fly up, run out of juice, go charge here. Fly up, charge here, fly up, charge here. Until they meet this vertical point, and then they can just follow the vertical axis up. But if you have like a continuous roboport with like outcrops, like so, they really can get stuck on these large water bodies. Alright, I guess we've got another radar to put back. The spider can also do that by himself. As well as repair the spider. Alright. Let's see where the next... I think we'll fix these irregularities when we go take out actual masses of biters. So now I'm really only interested in replacing the lost raiders. And taking out like the dangerous expansions, which this one is not a part of. This one is also not a part of, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess we'll try to take these guys out as well with just laser turrets and see how that goes. And then we'll just go here to place that laser. I have a feeling the spider does have 5 legs inside. Alright, spider grid. Yeah, 5 legs, 12 solar panels to charge the batteries, and it's just running off the batteries mostly. This is not sufficient to power 5 of those, but it is sufficient to power 5 of those for like 10 minutes at a time. And 5 legs is really a big boost if you need to take out the larger nests. It is a lot easier to escape all the biter acid attacks with 5 legs compared to just like 3 or 2 or 1. But once this battery runs out, we will basically throw a nuclear reactor in there, a portable fusion reactor in there to deal with that. So let's check it out with 3 legs of speed. We're gonna get stalled in place a lot more probably. And once we are stalled in place, that basically makes it a lot easier for other worms and spitters to further stall us in place. So it's like a snowball effect, you know. You get locked in place because you're slow, and then you cannot get out of the way because you're slow, and then you sustain a lot more damage. Alright, I guess we can stop doing this. There is a no biter over there as well. Oh yeah, I started streaming on Twitch not too long ago. I keep saying that, but apparently it's already, people have been subscribing for 5 months in a row already. So apparently I'm already streaming for quite some time on Twitch. Already completed a couple playthroughs as well, so I guess that is in line with expectations. Alright, this makes it kinda hard to see which biter bases are, or which raiders are taken out, because it's actually it's getting light, so soon we'll have the uninterrupted grid again. Alright, I think I can just speed up the game a bit while I do all of this. You don't need to watch every single biter expansion get taken out. Alright, here we got 2 more raiders which need to be replaced, so I guess let's plop down some of those. Then we'll head back over here. I think I'll just speed up the game a bit. Yeah, before too, I used to use like 3 legs, a fusion reactor and some shields. But the shields really, all they do is take up a lot of battery. That is what the shields do. The hit bar of the Spidertron, 3000 hit points with ginormous amounts of resistance against biter attacks, like acid resistance and stuff. It takes a very long time for this health bar to go down, and shields on top of this health bar is like extending this health bar like just a little bit. So the shields, I stepped away from them after I discovered that basically. And 5 legs is really nice, also to walk around the base. So the thing is with Spidertron, if you walk around the base in Spidertron, you can just ignore all the objects. You never get stuck behind pipes or like assemblers or whatnot. But yeah, Spidertron is quite slow compared to a power armor filled with those legs. But with 5 legs it's quite bearable to zip around your base. Especially when you can direct Spidertron to walk somewhere and you can do some other stuff from the map view at the same time. Or, like I'm doing right now, you can just enjoy your tasty cup of coffee and read through chat a bit. I wish Spidertron had as many legs as you equip. It would be 18 legs by now, because you need 4 of those exoskeletons to actually make the spider. Very thematically so. Alright, this battery is charging up again because one of these 750 kilowatts produces more power than these 600 kilowatts of legs can consume. So even if we're walking around, we're still charging up the batteries, and these help as well. So you only need to charge this up for short durations of time, and then you can switch back to 5 legs again. Right. Let's make some markers on the map before it's night again. X. Then we got 2 more raiders up here, which are destroyed. I think that's it. That's all of them. Alright, this side is looking nice and safe again. Is this a new expansion or did I just not kill those guys? It's probably a new expansion already. Yeah, definitely a new expansion because I would have taken those out for sure. Alright, we go this way then. We need to remember to switch off the robots every time or they will try to repair Spidertron mid-battle, which is not great. Right, they just popped into action. Zippy zip zip zip. Look how zippy the spider changes direction as well with 5 legs. It's really good for acid avoidance. I didn't think they had a single shot on the spider, even though this is automatic. Alright. Ray Hill has a no audio thing text next to his name. I don't know what that's about. I guess you can't audibly speak in this chat. As the only person. Don't you know I'm interacting live with voice speech with everybody else? Alright. I guess let's just blow through this big nest here for fun. With the rockets. Whoa, that is really super fast, man, now with all the upgrades. I'm acting like I am surprised by that, but of course I did play the Ultimate Death World Challenge, where I just spent hours and hours doing the very same stuff with the spider as I'm doing now. Oh wait! I know why the spider feels exceptionally zippy, because the game speed is still on 2√2. Like this is normal speed. We are running at 1.41 speed. Okay, so we fixed this raider. Right, focus, expansions. I want to get something else done today, not only biters. Having biters on a 10,000 signs per minute project is definitely gonna add a lot of time to the total playtime, as we need to do a lot of designing, or we need to worry a lot about the biters. I guess we can also just take out these couple biters on this land outcrop over here. I think we can actually cross that gap, that's small enough. Just in case it's not, we'll stop the clicking here. Okay, let's watch this at like double speed. Yeah, I got the time buttons mod installed, except I deleted the buttons part of the time mod. So now it's just a time mod. And it gives me this time control, where I can speed up the game and slow it down. Which is nice, because that means we can zip through the grindy parts a bit faster. And we won't have to suffer so much through boring parts together. A French advertisement. what they try to sell you, like baguettes? Oui, oui, notre baguette, elle est très bien, trop bien. Baguette à l'amande. Trying to remember some of that high school French. Probably not great. But you won't know it's not great because you don't speak French. Except if you're, I guess, Canadian or French. Or, I don't know, they probably speak French in more countries as well. Alright. Let's see, I think we should be able to cross this land bridge, automated, with the spider waypoints. Oh yeah, easy. Look how the biters all run the wrong way. So if you... This happens, if the biters attack you and you just go to a point they cannot reach, they suddenly run the opposite direction. You can use that to basically keep the biters away from you. Or like direct the biters away from you from a split second. Like, look at this. I go here, and suddenly they start running the opposite direction. And I can just take out the nest while they get distracted. Of course, now there's not really a challenge here, but am I way... I am way too far out, am I not? I'm way too far out. Let's go this way. Focus, focus. Neither Canadian or French, but sadly he can speak it. Tu dois pratiquer ton français, Mike. I guess I should practice my French. But if I understand this, I already don't need to practice my French anymore, right? Right, here is where the raiders were destroyed, so those are the last two. Okay, so I need to not waste too much time, because with a super high evolution we've got going now, biter expansions will start to pop up between like every 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. So basically we are on a timer all of the time. An expansion timer, until we find a way to fully get rid of the biters, which we will, of course. But until the time comes, we have to be careful a bit. Let's check if there's any biters close to the pollution. Already here a new expansion is starting again, with this twitchy little guy over there. Alright, but at least we have bought ourselves a bunch of time. And soon we'll go take out a lot more biters, and we'll just expand our cloud of vision a lot larger. So yeah, I'm gonna have another trick up my sleeve to permanently disable biters even though they are on. It's gonna be a little different than the Ultimate Death World challenge. A little different in a way, but also similar in a way. But the execution is gonna be very different compared to the Ultimate Death World challenge. Alright, so we were very scared of this nest when we first discovered it, because it had big worms. Now we're just gonna waltz straight through it though. Are we already on the way? Not yet. Let's go very fast. 3 times speed. It's kind of satisfying to watch this from the map view as well. Just watch the red dots disappear as the spider walks over the area. remote spiders rond. Alright. We're out of power. A lot of zippy movements. Yeah. Alright, so the pipe grid method is great for denying expansions locally, but the thing is, as long as there's biters on the map, they're going to be making expansions. And there's the 1000 accumulators. As long as there are biters on the map, they're going to be making expansions, and the pipes just diminish the chance, just like other player structures diminish the chance. But they just diminish the chance, they don't get rid of it. So if there's nowhere else to expand, they will just expand on your pipe grid as well. So I guess we'll quickly take those out, and then we'll have cleared enough space. So yeah, the pipe grid was very useful in the map where I started with 100% biter evolution, because not a lot of map was generated, and biter expansion was 100%, which means they expand every 4 minutes sharp. So that's like 15 expansions per hour. So we had to find a way to strongly diminish the chance that they would expand in my territory, because that means game over. And when you start with 100% biter evolution, you cannot overcome the behemoth biter's armor for a long time. So you have to basically sneak around, demotivate any. You should not have any encounters with the biters basically for the first 6 hours of the game. Alright. Let's zip back at super speed. Guess we should just use the remote. Alright, that is step 1 done. I already forgot what step 2 was supposed to be. Let's take a look. Step 1, fix radar grid and take out dangerous expansions. Check mark. Starter bot mall for miners and nuclear plant. See, this is the nice thing about making a list like this. You only need to think once, and then the rest, you only need to use your brains once, and then the rest of the time you can just mindlessly follow the list you set up and hope you sort it out correctly. Right. So what we want to do is we want to increase the radar grid later on, so we can keep better track of this, and so we don't need to keep a close eye on the expansions all the time, because now it's like 1 step, 2 steps, and they're in my pollution cloud. And we don't have any defenses, and I don't plan on building any. So yeah, we need to expand and take out a lot more biters. But first we're gonna prepare so that all of the landfill can get produced. That will take a while, and as well as all the nuclear plant ingredients. Alright. So I guess the first thing I want to do is find a place to set up landfill. Earlier I said I would do it here, but that's actually quite dangerous, because if the land curves around over here, this is immediately gonna pollute out to this side over here. So perhaps I should use this stone patch. Let's switch off pollution again. There's more stone patches close by here as well, so kind of feel I should keep 1 stone patch available for the starter base though, since these patches, the starter patches are rich but not as quasi-infinite like all the other patches. All the other patches are basically infinite for our case. Even if we will mine for 300 hours, this is not gonna make a significant dent in the richness of these patches. But these patches, those starter patches, are eventually gonna run out. I guess we got replacement iron and copper. Yeah, we got replacement stone. Coal is probably gonna be fine. Maybe not. Let's we got replacement coal as well close by. But yeah, stone I probably should just keep at least dispatch for us. Maybe we'll just use dispatch then for landfill for now. It's also not too far away. Alright, but this time I'm gonna properly set up some of the stuff. Alright, the first thing we're gonna need is miners. We also are gonna need belts. I think we decided to stick with red belts. Yellow belts are no longer a thing. So that means we are going to need to automate like red undergrounds and red splitters to a degree. We've got red belts automated over here. I guess let's just keep making them. We'll just keep filling them in these chests over here. That's 8,000 already, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps this is a decent speed for belts. Right, the thing is, underground and splitters, they don't take red belts as an ingredient. Like the yellow ones, they just take yellow belts as an ingredient, plus some stuff. Just as well, yellow belts plus some stuff. But the red ones take the previous version. So the red ones take these underground belts instead of the red belts themselves. So we do need to... we will be using a lot of these to make these. And then we'll use these to make these. Same for the splitters. We need regular yellow belts to make yellow splitters, which then can be upgraded into red splitters. Alright. Let's take the train once more. The list is making a zeroed item. Make the list. I guess that's true. Right, I got rid of the side inserters, so... Right, technically I could just... I'm now allowed to touch this design. I'm going to add like a requester chest to these guys as well. Maybe I should first make logistics bots before requesting stuff to the chest. That will probably help a bit, I would imagine. If there would be actually someone around in the base to bring over the stuff. Let's make like 1000 logistics bots, that probably will do as well. We've got like a large amount of bot frames here. I guess 2000 is probably a bit overkill. That's also gonna lead to too high charge spikes, I think, for the nuclear reactor to handle at this moment. Let's just go 1000 bots for now. I guess we can make those as the last hand feeding crafts in those assemblers. It's kind of fitting to do these as the last hand feeding crafts in the assemblers, as they are the things which are gonna deny me, they're gonna take over the function of me hand feeding stuff in these assemblers. Okay, that is 2000 red chips in there. Oh, and we made the first logistics bot at 20 hours and 49. This is gonna be super fast though. Yeah, and that is gonna be like 1000 logistics bots done as soon as this reaches 0. Alright, I don't think I have an achievement for 1000 logistics bots, but we would have gotten that one like 20 seconds after making the first one. That is how fast this area is. Actually no, because yeah, I don't know why I designed it like this, man, with the inserters transferring items between like so. Let's get rid of those. We'll do normal chests instead. I mean, I guess it's helpful if you make beacons or stuff that you can draw stuff straight off the belts, but yeah, I'm not a fan of my own system in this case. So instead we'll just do this. These are in the middle, so that's alright. We'll plop these down here as well. Alright, I brought exactly enough red chips, so let's take our 18-legged spider to go pick up some. Alright, so this guy is plenty fast enough to transport us around the base, as you can see. Artillery is auto-firing on nests, so yeah, we cannot use artillery, because artillery triggers revenge attacks, and revenge attacks would be very successful against an undefended base. So artillery is out for taking out vital bases in this map. Alright, we got 1000 bots. Do I have stuff in here? No, I don't. So that's good. Let's plop all the bots in here. So why are these requesting steel? Ah, I see. So yeah, that's annoying. I think I still had it set for requests for beacons. Alright, we have to wait until the boss finish to bring the stuff. Alright, good job bots. Yeah, very good, very good. Let's enter the rest as well. Alright, now we have 1000 logistics bots in the system. Let's empty out those chests again. Alright, so I guess we could do that thing where we make normal undergrounds here, not output them in this chest, and then just straight transfer them into the red undergrounds here. If I do this, that's gonna cause a lot of those to be delivered. Let's tone that down a bit. I guess initially they can bring a lot, since we're making a lot anyway. Right, so that's going to be automated underground bells. It's a bit slow, but that's alright. We are limited by iron gear production anyway at some point. So I don't want any of these individual assemblers to be hogging too much resources. Everybody should get some. Alright, then we'll do the same here with the splitters. And since we already got yellow belts automated at green signs, we don't really need to worry about yeah, that's fine. We don't really need to worry about producing yellow belts. They are just going to be produced over here in this assembler, and the bots are just going to bring them. So science is prioritized. If we're not making enough belts, they go to science first and only into the chest second. So that's good. The last technology, atomic bomb, is completing. Let's check actually our science per minute consumption rate. Alright, over the last hour we have been producing 63 science per minute of each individual type. Except for space science and purple science. Purple science is now backed up, I imagine. So we have stopped producing purple science. Stuff as purple science is backed up, so it is caused by this backupping. So the starter base is doing its job. Space science has stopped as well. You can see the 3 rocket launchers very close by each other. 1, 2, 3 spikes. And then it went silent. So we have now science in this chest. Light on the inserter is red. Satellite is not being inserted, even though the rocket is ready. As soon as we start to research infinite technologies, these 472 science packs will melt away like white snow sign specks in the sun, and new satellites are going to be inserted, and from the point we start researching infinite technologies, we should be producing 63 signs per minute from all these sign specs. We can check that out later, I guess. Alright, so far so good. We should probably limit these chests a bit. I guess maybe we should not limit them too much. We're gonna need a lot of belts, since I want to make like a belt-based base, basically. Alright, this is already going home. So we should throw all of these splitters in here as well. Okay, that all fits, and we'll just place a blue insert like so. Splitters we can probably do a bit less. Actually, this is all temporary, so let's not go overboard. Let's go overboard. Alright, so we got belts automated. That can be a nice chain like so. Guess we can automate miners next, since we need those. We're gonna need miners to build miners, basically. No. Let's request that to this chest. How many miners? I guess let's just go 1k miners. How many miners do I have right now? About 1k for the entire base, so 1k more should do as well until we have actual stuff. I will use chest limit with circuit conditions once we build the definitive one, but this is just like a temporary one to get us started with building a new power plant. Alright, I guess I should automate chests as well, strangely enough as that may sound, since we're going to be mining stone for landfill. Okay, that I guess, yeah, chests require a lot of steel. I guess we can just make like a full chest of chests. Did you know that you can fit 2000 chests of the same size? 2400 chests fit in one chest, even though they are the same size. Allegedly. Okay, now we're going to be using more than 480 megawatts pretty soon though. So I may just stop researching for a bit, so science production stops, and we can do all of this stuff at high speed. Alright. So what else? I guess like blue inserters and red inserters for now. I guess they can have their own chest as well. Okay, what else do we want before we build an actual boss? I think medium, yeah, we have been crafting loads of medium power lines by hand, I think. So let's do medium power lines. The thing is, medium power line requires sticks, which I don't have. So I guess we'll just sneakily, oh, we have iron sticks actually. We can very sneakily put a passive provider chest somewhere at the rails, like so. And we can just fill that up with sticks, like so. And then the bots have somewhere to pick up these sticks. They should be coming any moment now. Bots. Bots are being lazy. But there they come. Oh, they go for the recharge. Okay, I see. Follow me. I can walk on this rail line. This rail line is 100% safe to walk on. Oh, they go for a charge as well. Destroying my epic moment, but so be it. Alright, let's what else do we need? Miners, they need these things. I think we need substations as well. Large power lines we can probably handcraft until we need more of them. Substations is good to have. Like a line of. I do want to tone this down a bit though. Alright, what else? I guess roboports are good to have. Since for the tileable nuclear plant we're also going to need a lot of roboports. Can start making those. Let's tone this down as well. How many roboports? I guess a lot. I can just craft slowly in the background. I guess beacons would be good to have automated as well. They have a long crafting time, but we have fast assemblers. So yeah, like 7 seconds crafting. Okay, we're not gonna need 1 beacon per 7 seconds. Not yet at least. We can also just let that go. Strictly looking what else we need. Automated. The nuclear plant, I'm gonna build a special setup for that. Miners we have. Furnaces we have at purple signs at the moment. Assembly machines we don't need quite just yet. Yeah, still got a couple. Right. Stack and say there's no underground pipe. Underground pipes, probably. Do we have underground pipes? I think I do have underground pipes. I'm a genius. Alright, we have underground pipes. I guess offshore pumps we're gonna need a lot, but I'm not gonna automate those just yet. They are very easy to handcraft. Yeah, train stuff we're not gonna need at all. All of this intermediate stuff we have automated. Military stuff we won't need just yet. Alright, I guess this will do then. For a start. Oh, thanks Nillians and Elaine137 for your Prime subscriptions, man. Using the map for notes is just such a genius move. Better read some... I hope you're one of those slow cookers if you expect a high SPM before you're back from cooking dinner. One of those traditional, you know... Alright, Atomic Bomb is finished. That means the entire catalog is finished except for Braking Force. How is power usage? I guess it's okay still. I'm not using that much more power, even though we are using these assemblers. And probably we are using more resources as well. Actually, our copper patch is insufficient at the moment. I know it's not, it just looks like that because it is upgraded to red belts while it does not need to be. So it is still reaching the end. So we are good. Unless this part is not backed up. Let's check with the gaps checker. Okay, yeah. This is not compressed anymore. So we are not having enough copper on this weld over here. So while we could add another copper patch, probably the easiest solution is just wait and until we start researching mining productivity, which is probably going to be pretty soon. Anyway, most of the copper is for green circuits, which we have automated elsewhere. So that's decent enough. Ah yeah, the beacon assembler is missing copper cable. So we're gonna do another one of those sneaky chests. This time we're gonna put that under here. So copper cables not only required for beacons, but also for lamps. So we need to have those available somewhere. The nice thing about having that in the bus is we get the productivity module on it, since the bus has all the productivity module built. Of course we could productivity module these as well, but it's not so great, like, not a fan of that. Right, the mouse cursor starts to be difficult to keep track of, so that's a good sign that we start to have enough bots. If you cannot see a mouse cursor anymore, you have a sufficient number of bots usually. Alright. And that's the temporary assembler area complete. I just wonder, do I need anything else? I guess I'm just gonna take a sneak peek at my tileable blueprint thing over here. Okay, landfill. Pumps, yeah, I guess I could automate pumps as well. Because the tileable nuclear reactor is quite long design by nature. This 10 tile high ribbon world setup. You're gonna need some pumps to keep the fluid throughput high enough. Because without pumps, throughput falls quite quickly under the values you need for a tileable nuclear reactor. So I guess we'll just do this. That's gonna, okay, it's not requiring a bazillion stuff, so let's just do a line of those. Let's create a copy. I'll just create some copies of these for my playthrough here. Because maybe I'm going to, I'm not sure yet, maybe I'm going to design it from scratch. I don't think so, but maybe I'm going to change the design a bit. And we'll definitely go over the design. I won't leave you in the dark about how it works. Just here's a blueprint and that's it, you know. That's not my style. I tend to over-explain things. More than under-explain them, I guess. Alright, I think that's everything though. Yeah, it's just the nuclear reactor elements. Actually no, we also should probably automate those storage tanks. Those are also annoying to handcraft. So let's also just get a couple of those in there. Alright, miners, chests, substations, ports. Yeah, I think that should be all done. Alright. Now we just need, like, for the nuclear plant. I guess I could just do it here, why not? Let's just do it here. So we got nuclear reactors, we've got heat pipes, we've got heat exchangers, and we've got those steam turbines. They all take a lot of resources, and we're going to need a lot of them. One of the blueprints I made is actually like 4 requester chests. Let's place them outside of the bot area, like here. And why do I have a blueprint of just 4 simple requester chests? Well, because the blueprint saves the requests from the requester chest. So now I can see what kind of stuff I need for my tileable nuclear reactor. So for a set of 20 reactors, we're going to need 240 heat exchangers, 1.2k heat pipes, 440 steam turbines. That is not enough to fully utilize the power of the heat exchangers and the nuclear plants, by the way. It is like that on purpose. And all the other things we need. So I guess we'll just keep these chests existing outside so we can mouse over them and we can see in the tooltip the requests. That will help. Okay, so we want 20 of these nuclear reactors. I guess we'll do like a preview of how we will wire the assemblers later on. So first of all, shift right click on the assembler, shift left click on the chest, copy paste the recipe to the request, the logistics request. So all of this is going to be delivered now. This inserter is going to be very slowly inserting all of this stuff. That is good. I do not want these to be created too fast. That's too much of a resource drain again for one single thing, which we won't need just yet. Right, but now we gotta limit the output. Instead of limiting the output chest, what you can do is just hook up a wire to the chest and you say, let's first override stack size to 1 as well for these expensive nuclear reactors. We just say, hey, if you already see that we have like 20 of those nuclear reactors in there, then don't put any more, you know. So if there's less than 20 in there, it's going to be enabled, it's waiting for source items. But if we like say, if we flip this, it's disabled by control behavior. So that means as soon as there are 20 reactors in there, this guy is going to stop. For recipes like this one, which require a lot of stuff, you can also wire this one to there. We can basically copy the same condition, and that will stop this inserter inserting things into the assembler. So as this guy needs to insert a lot of stuff before this thing is actually crafted, we can already stop this guy inserting things and having more of those stocked up in here by wiring up this guy as well. So for this one that is kinda useful, for this one not really. This one we can just copy paste, and we can also say we can just hook up the output inserter, say put maximum like, what was like 1200 heat pipes in there. I gotta check, it was more than 1200, it was 1200 rounded off. If we look here, oh great, I messed it up. If we look here, we can see the actual value. The actual value is 1200, okay. I didn't expect that, I thought it would be like 1240 or 1220 or whatever. 1200, that's okay then. Right, and we don't really care as much that some extra get made in the assembler because it's only 20 copper and 10 steel instead of like 500 red chips, 500 steel, and so on and so on. Same for here, let's copy paste to this one. That's gonna request a lot of copper. I'm just gonna tone all of that down a bit here. Here as well, we don't need that much stuff inside all the time. Yeah, let's also wire up this guy. We needed 240 of those heat exchangers, so let's set that to 240. And eventually we copy paste this recipe to this chest and tone that down as well. The initial batch they bring, that's okay. They can bring a lot of stuff. It will get consumed and will be left over with low amounts in the end. And here as well we'll hook up this guy. I said 440, but I'm thinking about changing the design, so let's go 480. Now 480 does not actually do anything. Let's set stack size to 1 for all of these. For the nuclear stuff. 480 is not gonna do a lot for this one because we've got 48 slots and these things only stack to 10. So 480 is just a full chest anyway. But for the form, right? Alright. Now we're no longer researching. Power usage has dropped, so we can use all of this power for the bots to be charged up on the logistic network and for these assemblers. And for the extra stuff we need to make, like these green circuits over here. Lots and lots of iron gears apparently. Alright, I'm going to neutralize this output priority again. Because we are melting through these gears at an enormously high pace. It was prioritized to the belt, but that was just because... Sorry, it was prioritized to the belt, but the result of that is that this red chip assembler is eating up most of the gears now. So let's just balance it so the bots also have something to bring to our assembling area. Okay, let's check. Beacons are now getting made. Pumps are already finished. 500 pumps in an instant. Ports are coming along nicely as well. Alright, that is all good. Miners, this is going well. Chests, going well. The inserters are kind of finished as well. Roughly finished. Right. So that is looking okay. So this area, of course, is not big enough to set up all the requests you need for a 1000 signs per minute base. But it's a good way to get started with the essentials, and we can even we could like take up these assemblers and repurpose this assembler for something else if we want to make other stuff. One thing I still want to do is since we're going to be relying on belts, I want to change this steel furnace stack to an iron furnace stack. It already was set up to do so in the blueprint, so this is going to be an iron belt instead of steel. It's going to magically switch around over here, and iron is going to be prioritized for iron gears from this belt, so we don't need to consume all of this iron anymore. Or we can consume twice as much iron if there's a high demand for iron gears, which there can be. So that means we actually already need some of those miners. I guess now we can be lazy. I can just stand here and I can just do the logistics requests and say, hey bots, bring me like 200 miners, you know? And I need to enable those. And also bring me like 600 efficiency modules to put in there. There go the bots to take the efficiency modules, I guess. It's a whole train. A literal bot train. Will they make it all the way to the chest? Or are they going to explode? Okay, some of them exploded into the charging, so that's gonna take a while for them to deliver that. I'm not gonna wait on that. They can chase me back again. Alright. Kinda looks peaceful with the bots like this. Nice. Right, what else do we need? Actually, we probably need some more belts and stuff as well. I think we had the old belts here. So I guess we should be using some yellow belts. I guess I'll just take some iron. I have yellow belts here. I'll just craft the ones I need, the underground and stuff, on the fly. Alright, so another stack, another red stack, that means 60 miners, I think. I'm not sure I can even fit that, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's 32, that's already more than that we really need. Probably just should put in some roboports again, instead of these laser defenses, since we don't need them right now. Right, that's not like a full belt, but I guess we should probably be building the rest of this as well. I guess we can just like temporarily mine this like so. Can't believe I'm putting yellow belts on the hotbar again, but here we are. And wooden power poles. Okay, that covers all of that. I guess we'll just pick up this as well. Eventually all of this will be mined up. We got a nice power grid going on. Okay, I guess by exception we'll just build this ourselves one more time. Well, this is the last time we'll have to do that. Just keeping the grid alive. I guess I'm just gonna flop that in the back here. Right, that actually does mean we need to upgrade to red belts, huh? Okay, I did this wrong. Sorry. Let's just grab all of this again. We'll just copy this and drag it down instead. That looks better anyway. That one is illegal, I decided. Alright, so this belt definitely needs to get balanced. Okay, so here is one. This could be considered like one side of a belt. I guess we can fit one more of these guys on the back here. Like so. Okay, that does fit. That's only half a yellow belt though. Okay, what is this? This is like 16. 46. That's 60. That's barely enough. But how many of those are good? Actually, these are pretty decent as well. 50k iron under them as well. These are not so good though. Ah, that's good enough. Alright, there's another 2 belts of ore which should go into this side, so... I mean, I guess what we'll do is just make like a 3-to-1 splitter or something. Life is hard. This is probably not really necessary for this, but... Wait, am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. Okay, let's check that out. If I connect it all at the same time, does it look okay? We're gonna need a red belt though. Let's just... I guess we'll just do something sneaky to keep this looking roughly the same. And what we'll do is we'll just upgrade 2 of these to red belts completely. And then we can Okay, I still got my requests on. That is one reason why you should use buffer chests instead of provider chests, because now they're just bringing like 200 miners into these storage chests, and the assemblers here are gonna make even more miners, and every time the bots happen to pick up miners here but cannot deliver it, it's just gonna be moved from the provider chest to the storage chest, and that way you can really overproduce a lot more stuff than you need. With buffer chests, the bots can bring it back to the same chest they pick it up from, and that is the main reason to use those. That means they pick up 200 miners, they don't deliver it, then they just bring it back here, and meanwhile this guy just makes like 2 or 3 extra miners, that's alright, but it's not gonna produce another 200 miners which you don't need, with another 200 miners sitting over in the storage chest over here, like is the case right now. Alright, yeah, so we upgrade that to red belt. Now we can basically do this. And we'll just lead this guy further. I guess we can do this instead. Let's see what looks the best. No, I think we just go single belt. Right, and this belt can start doing the same over here. And we'll have to reconfigure this a little bit. Or do we? Wait, it was like this. I guess I need to reconfigure this a bit. I didn't really think this part through too much. Guess we can just bring it down. Yeah, let's just orient this normally. So we'll get rid of this coal belt. We'll just make it a normal iron smelter. And we'll also make it a normal iron output. So this just goes down. I guess we'll keep this now unnecessary little squiggly in there. It's unnecessary now because we got red belts instead of yellow ones. You can keep this furnace area completely as yellow ones and it will work just fine. Okay, so that means we get rid of all of this. And now this should fit normally. Right, so far so good. Let's just get rid of a little bit of this ore. Right, so this guy should connect to here eventually, but first we need to prepare these furnaces because there's still like leftover iron plates in here to smelt steel, at least in some of these. So what I'm gonna do, I guess I'm just gonna pick them up all. And I have bots to do that. And I can just Control Z them back in place. I should have thought of that before. Alright, let's do it properly on this side. We'll just use the bots to pick up those. And then we'll Control Z them back in place. And we've got nice and empty furnaces out here. I'm already doing stuff which was not on the list. Alright, we can also, these iron which formerly were splitting their iron between iron and steel, now can go completely like iron. And everything will look nice and regular after this. And this guy can then just go like so. And now I see why I kept the loop going around. That's alright. You can just side load like so. I guess we should not do the squiggly then. Let's not do the squiggly. Let's get rid of all these squigglies. I guess we'll keep the ore loading system. We don't really need to change that, but and then we can just hook that like so. Alright, now these bells need to come down from this side, the coal bells, like normal. And they're gonna stop at the end, like normal. Alright. So far so good. It's almost looking like a normal furnace stack now, instead of this monstrosity which could do both things. It will never have to do both things anymore. Now it will just smelt iron for the rest of the game. Steel is coming from this giant external steel outpost which we built last time. Hey, you can also connect the inserters to the network, that is true. By hooking up the inserter basically to the network. And it can just read from the network. Okay, now I need to disconnect it again. This was never connected anyway, alright. Okay, all of the coal has gone down, so let's activate the third iron belt. I'm gonna make a save. Third iron belt for gears. If I now look back, I will think that's all I did in this time. Alright, so how do you connect inserters to the network wireless? That is something I'm not aware of. This will be on YouTube later, yeah. That is that's gonna be on YouTube, this series. Not with episodes like the Science Glow or something. It's just gonna be like spanning, like more like in the style of like Washington and Doc Jade, spending huge amounts of time in a single episode, because this would be 2000 episodes otherwise. The Wi-Fi sign. Huh, I never knew that. Actually, this symbol has been there for... What does this button do? Circuit network, but there it's not connected. Okay, so you can do it to the logistics network wirelessly. Okay, that's interesting to know. But I leave it unconnected. I'm not sure how it will affect UPS if you do that with massive amounts of with the inserters later on, and I probably won't remember to do that. But still, even if you connect it to the logistics network, if bots take it and they have the stuff on flight, it is not counted toward the logistics network either. So in that regard, wiring it to the chest or to the network, it's not really different. There's probably use cases imaginable for this connecting it to the network anyway, which I cannot think of at the moment. Alright, so yeah, now this is not working, because we still need to upgrade this to red belts all the way. And we basically need to combine these two into a single red belt. And we'll combine all three of these into the other red belt over here. It does appear to leave no gaps in the belt, as long as all of this is properly backed up all the time. Which makes sense, it's 3 yellow belts at the moment, so it should be good. Alright, so now this iron stack should be able to smelt a full line of iron. I am going to do it over the top like it was. Why not? Then we can see the full belt of iron next to the full belt of steel. We can see them switch around nicely. Right, so yeah, full stack is working now. We are smelting 50% more iron at the base, which means these belts are both going to be full. And that means Iron Gears is going to be able to produce a lot more iron gears for all our expensive belt needs. That probably means I can do the blue belts at the base here as well. Here we have the cursed switcheroo, made possible by the priority splitters. Right, so now our new iron is prioritized at the iron gear manufactory over here. So if there's not enough demand for iron gears, we will first use up the extra belt, which is not going to the bus, so that the iron ore which is coming from the bus can just go further on the bus instead to wherever it wants to go. Hello fluffies, a chat full of fluffies today. Let me refill my coffee cup. Right, so we're not making a lot of progress with the list. I think this was a good step. I forgot I intended to do this. Alright, let's check out the progress on the nuclear reactor material. Alright, this has made 1 nuclear reactor, so that is how slow this is going. Are we just out of copper? No, we are not really out of copper. We will soon be out of copper though. So I think it is time to switch off the output priorities here as well. Because now it is bot mold time, and when it is bot mold time, you need to no longer prioritize everything going to the bus. You need to also make sure you have stuff available in your chest. This is just another splitter, except these splitters now lead to all these assemblers through the provider chests. Right. Power is decent. I guess we could attempt to just research all of those and just see how the base does under the strain of that power. It's gonna research purple and yellow signs eventually again. Those are now backed up at the moment. And so all the sciences were backed up, so that's good. That's just now slowly going to be filled up again. And slowly these guys will start producing from the back again. Until they're at the front, I guess. Okay, so these are the last 7 non-infinite technologies. After this we only got infinite ones to go with the space science. I think I already said it a couple times, so I can probably shut up about it right about now. Let's check the list. Maybe we can make some progress if we actually look at the list. Well, I guess we did make the starter bot mold and the nuclear assembler, the nuclear plant assembler, so we can deservedly give ourselves another check mark. Right, I think landfill for plant, I want to set it up before we go on the radar grid. Yeah, we should be collecting tons and tons of landfills before we go away for a long time from the base. I guess we're just gonna steal the solar panels out of this chest over here, which has like 900 in them already. And radars we're just gonna handcraft. Alright. We've got landfill here as well, but that's just simply not gonna be enough. And I also don't want to strain our base's stone mine too much, because it is tiny. So let's go build an actual landfill mine over here. Okay, where's my spider? The cool thing, or the good thing about that is we can just call them over. That's now we'll get rid of these belts again. As well as the wooden power lines. We don't need them anymore. We'll throw just everything in there until we get the message that there is not enough space in our logistics network to store all the garbage we are feeding the bots. Alright, spider, I have the remote somewhere. There he comes. Right, let's just hop on board. Alright, I need to grab some stuff. I'll just grab it myself this time. I guess no more than 200 miners are gonna fit on that patch, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna need a lot of chests though. Okay, so how much stone is in there? 45 million. One landfill takes 20 stone. So that's potentially 2 million landfill. 2 million landfill. Yeah, that's a lot. That's probably more than fits in the chests anyway. A chest can fit like 5,000 landfill. If you round it optimistically, you know. So 5,000 in one chest. That means 5 million in 1,000 chests. Okay, 5 million in 1,000 chests. We estimated it was about 2 million. So that's like 400 chests. That's actually doable. We do have mining productivity already though. 3 levels, so that's 30% extra. So that's 260 chests. Sorry, that's like 520 chests. Yeah, it's a lot of chests, I guess. Maybe I'll just plop down 1,000 chests right there at the landfill. Why not? Hop, 1,000 chests. I guess we'll grab like some more substations as well. And we can make some more of this if we just borrow those handy iron sticks. Okay, what else? Modules, I guess. Okay, our chests with modules are full. I think I'm just gonna enable more modules from every type. Alright, I guess that's enough. Time to make some landfill. Raiders are also in box near satellite production. That is actually correct. I think there's even like 2000 raiders in there. Yeah, 2000. So we can just scrounge those from over here without a problem. Alright, we're already using purple signs for breaking force 5. Okay, where do we need to go? I guess we just go up from here. And my power network is a bit scuffed, but I guess we'll survive. Alright. So let's make the edge of the patch a bit more visible. It looks like that is the edge of the stone patch. So now we'll just switch off the roboport. Did I make like a minor blueprint last time? Kinda did. This is like a red belt. It's way too long for this purpose though. So I guess we'll just for now plop it on somewhere where it will fit. And we'll just copy paste like half of it. And we'll use half of the blueprint instead. Okay, so I guess we just want as many of these as possible. So this is technically a red belt, or like a yellow belt. Zinc. 24 miners is approximately a yellow belt at this point, so red is going to be fast enough for a long time. Alright, so how do I want to do this? There's going to be a red belt coming out of here. I guess I want to make like a design which I can just plop next to each other, like so. So I guess we are gonna bend this out of the way. Plop one of these down here. Maybe we can just go around. We'll use like inserters. Probably should be using stack inserters for this. So I do have a case for stack inserters. On the other hand, I could just use this for now. I'm not sure how many inserters I need to fully draw empty this belt. But we could do this. This of course has got to be a landfill assembler. We'll throw the landfill out here. And then we'll just join that up somehow with one big belt of landfill. And this should be tileable. Does this connect though? I guess we have we could try even to make this look nice with the power lines and such. With the triangular thing. Okay, that works out. It connects nicely like so. Alright, so now we just gotta plop this down some sort of optimal configuration. So I guess we're gonna get rid of anything below here. Alright, I guess I'll just start from approximately the front, just like so. Alright, that could be it. I guess we could throw these remainders at the back over here. I kind of forgot again to put the modules inside. Yeah, I did. But that's okay. We've got that module assembler mod. A module inserter mod. That's like 6 assemblers worth of landfill. technically these could eat up like 50 stone per second if it gets inserted without speed modules even. So since these belts can transport only 30 a second and the fastest belt can transport 45, I think this setup is going to be good. We don't need to do anything with the speed of this assembler. All that's left now to do is to build it. It is night, so let's just, while it's night, we'll figure out the rest of these, and then we can build it when it's nice and shiny in the daytime. Alright, so we can basically do this, and once this runs out, yeah, once this runs out, we can just deconstruct these miners. We'll just hook it up like so for now. Okay, that should power everything. Okay, so this is how many miners? 140. We can fit a couple more at the back here. Let's just copy this. We'll just use these little add-ons if we can. Okay, this is all covered, right? Yeah, all of this is covered. So theoretically we can transform this entire patch into landfill. Let's say roughly 150 miners. They mine half a piece a second. So that's like 75 ore a second. 75 ore a second is roughly 4 landfill per second. But we'll have mining productivity 30%, so it's roughly 5 landfill per second. 5 landfill per second is 120 landfill a minute. No, sorry, 5 landfill a second is 300 landfill a minute. That is 18,000 landfill per hour. If I check my blueprint, how much landfill do I need for one of these squares? 4.8 thousand. But this is just for one, so I need this 5 times. 25,000, so that's 1.5 hours of landfill production just from this giant mine with 150 miners. So yeah, you do need a large amount of landfill, which is exactly why we are building this mine. I forgot to enable all my roboports for the scenic quick build shot. Right. I guess I don't really need to drain my battery all the way. I think I'll just use 5 roboports. Yeah, that's definitely enough. Okay, now we need to do that module inserter thing again. Okay, so we say also for the miners, we're gonna put efficiency modules. The assemblers also will have efficiency modules. So the bots can bring modules into all these machinery. Okay, I'm missing a ton of stuff. Looks like I forgot to take belts and inserters. I indeed forgot to take those. Okay, I'm not going to be handcrafting these belts anytime soon, so unfortunately we need to go back to the base. We've got to teach ourselves to properly prepare for these outings, because now it's still close by the base, but if we're doing like 10,000 signs per minute builds, we can be pretty far away from the base. So yeah, that can be quite time consuming. Of course we can use like spidertrons with logistics requests as well. If we have some extra spiders, we can send them back to the base and have the bots bring the stuff to the spider, then command the spider back to us. That's probably how we're gonna do it. later in the game. Right, another 4,000 bells are done. Loads of random stuff is laying in here. Should have picked up some of those fast inserters. Okay, I'm now gonna pick up a ton of slow inserters though. Soon we gotta have a bigger stash of storage chests as well, if we don't sort this out. That's why I was hesitant to set up too much of this stuff right now, since yeah, maybe I set up too much stuff prematurely, but I guess we're alright. 2 nuclear reactors are done, so that's good. 600 heat pipes, 150 exchangers, 150 steam turbines as well. Alright, braking force 7. This is the very last technology in the base game, or in the pre-infinite technology era. So this is the last technology before we get infinite and infinite only. Right. I picked up the bells. I came to pick up bells. Probably should pick up slightly more bells. So let's walk back out to where we were. And what I mean is, for instance, you see blue and red inserters are in this chest and this chest. If I would have set up buffer chests over here instead of passive providers, those inserters would have been brought back to this area over here instead of clogging up my storage chest. So for the real bot mall, we're gonna set that up properly with buffer chests. Right, I'm back already, so that's good. No more missing stuff. I want to connect this in one big go. Okay, so this is never gonna be more than half a belt of landfill, no effing way. Yeah, 5 landfill a second is not enough. Now we just gotta figure out a storage system. And I probably should have made this into provider chests instead of normal chests. Should I not have done that? Right, let's try the spider thing out, where we just send the spider back. We say, hey, give to the spider. Actually, I do have enough stuff on me to do this, right? Yeah, I do. Now we need some more red chips. Say, give like 1,000 red chips to the spider. And like 3,000 green chips, because that is what we need to make normal chests into provider chests. So let's check if that works. We'll now send the spider back to the base without us. It's like a proof of concept kind of thing. Alright, let's think the red and green chips are over here, so if the bots want to make a short trip, let's bring the spider over here. Then we have both red and green chips in vision. Should I watch a 30-minute cut if I already watched 3-hour cut? No, not really, because the 30-minute cut contains everything that the 3-hour cut contains everything that the 30-minute cut contains already. Like if you were like half asleep when you watch the 3-hour version, which often happens to me when I watch long videos, I don't catch every moment of it. The 30-minute version is still a nice paced one. Right, looks like the spider got all the stuff. It's good, then that means it works. So theoretically we could have been doing stuff ourselves, so let's pretend we were very busy over here. Yeah, boss. I've been working all the time. After Spider Boss comes back. What have you done when I was gone? Not much. Not much really. I needed the stuff you were collecting for me. Right, thank you, Spider. Alright, now I just manually need to craft all those chests, I think. That's okay, we can do that. I don't know how many to make though. 500 maybe, to start off. Let's make 500 passive provider chests. Alright, so now we just make a giant chest storage system. We somehow have to design that. That's why I brought the substations. Let's see what we can design in a substations world of space. I forgot my inserters again, so Mr. Spider, now that we know that this stuff works, could you please go pick up some, inserters? Don't know how many just yet, but let's do like 1000 or something. It's probably a bit overkill, but you'll be able to carry that, no problems. No questions asked. Let's go then to here, so the bots can easily deliver that as well. And now we can continue with doing something useful. Alright, so that is the furthest edge. Do I want everything? To be in range of the substation though. Or just the inserters. Let's check out if we make like a snake. Probably not should make a inserter snake though. I should probably make a belt snake instead. So something like so, then the belt turns around. I guess this theoretically fits. Just will not use the center square. Although it has to fit from the other side as well. So I guess we just move up one tile. Then the inserter is still inside of the substation's range, which is important. The chest does not necessarily have to be in the range. Alright. Right here we can do that. This one can continue as well. Okay, so I guess something like this is gonna be the design. That is how many chests? 140 only. I thought that would be way more. There's 140 chests. So if I want to spend like 500 chests, I'm going to need like 4 of these clusters. I guess Spider has collected the stuff, so we should call him over. I'm not even gonna check, just gonna trust the system. Alright, let's collect this for now. We'll switch off the bots and then we'll just start pasting that in the definitive location. I guess we are gonna... Okay, let's just get this out of the way for a sec. Oh god. Small electric pool, where are you? There he is. My inventory is full. The struggles. Alright. I guess we're just gonna have a raider here as well, eventually. Let's make one. Okay, so how is this gonna fit? That is a good question. The thing is, because this now sticks out beyond the substation's range, I cannot simply do this. The substations won't connect to each other. So I have to do this in that case. That would connect them. But I can just put them in one long line. I think I'll not go the full 500 chests. I think that is not really necessary. It's gonna take forever to fill up. And this way it should connect, so that is good. I guess we'll just make this the size of the mine. Perhaps. We also need a bunch of roboports to align against the back here. So perhaps we could connect them like so. Alright. So if we do this trick, we can probably make it wider. Because we need the roboports to be able to take a lot of stuff from these chests later on. But now this is too close by, so we can probably get away with plopping another line of these things in here. Turn that around. Alright, yeah, that fits quite neatly. So now it also connects in this orientation. Alright, so if we just get rid of the belts for a moment, since they alternate. It would be easier if they did not alternate, so perhaps I can just priority splitter the incoming belt in the first line, second line and so on, and just have all the belts move up instead. Then it would be a lot more copy-pastable than the zigzagging thing. I guess we could place some lights. Not bricks. Bricks destroy lights. Could place some lights around the substations instead. Instead of the inserters. All the bells just could go up until the end. Okay, we're getting somewhere, Okay, now this is going to be a lot more chests. How much is this? 350. We still need one more of these on the other side, so let's cut all of this yet again. Flip it around. Now we can flip it around since all the bells are the same orientation. Alright, so we have something modular now, and we can also easily stack these on top of each other if we want even more chests. 424 chests of almost 5,000. So 424 times 4,800, we can simplify it as 400 times 5,000. That is 200,000 units of landfill, which could go in here. I guess that should be enough for quite a while. And if not, it's very easy to extend this system. So let's just plop that against the side. We don't need any of these. Okay, somehow I throw all of those in the trash slots. I do need Spidertron's inserters. Okay, I think I have enough stuff to build all of this except for the roboports, but the roboports we will pick up once we need them. I guess let's just get this thing built. I think it's definitive location now. We're not gonna move this around anymore. And it's getting night. Yeah, let's just build this. That is a lot of small components. With the miners, the square fills up quite fast with the 3x3 square miners. But here all the individual tiles have an individual component to be placed upon them. And soon the whole grid is going to be blinking yellow. Alright, we are missing the 4 lights obviously. I cannot make the 4 lights even because I don't have copper on me. Alright though, but that is a good start. I think we can just connect this now. Okay, that starts off the miner. So let's see if we just extend this belt a bit for now. How this is going to go down. Alright, so that looks alright. The entire stone mine is working, all the lights are green, so we are extracting the full amount of resources possible from the stone mine, save for using speed modules instead of efficiency. But for now we still gotta worry about pollution a little bit, until we really start taking out the biters massively. Alright, so this works. Now we will just use some of those splitters. And I guess we'll use a splitter for the last one even. And we'll priority splitter output to the right. For all of them. And that means all of these are gonna get filled in order. Alright. So they're gonna fill up with like, looks like 12 chests or so at the same time. 8 chests at the same time. That's alright. In general, they're just gonna fill up like an equalizer. First this one, then this one, then this one. Exactly not like an equalizer, like a radio equalizer, I guess. Alright, so that is nice. We will manually scoop this off the belt. So that we don't have random landfills in the other chests. And of course a decorative underground belt at the end of the row. Oh, thanks Zollerboy for the 4th month subscription. Kinda missed looking at chat for a bit. Yeah, I guess with enough mining productivity, indeed we could be making more landfill than this. So let's already just look ahead at the future. And instead we will... Wait a minute. This is not doing anything. We need to do it the other way. Alright, I do not want to put that belt on the other tile, so we have to do it like this. I think this looks better. Let's do it in the center. No, that does not look better at all. I guess we could do this instead. That would look funny. Alright, that works. I don't know if that looks less cursed, but yeah. Now the landfill goes on the both side of the belt for when we have epic levels of mining productivity and landfill is gonna fly down the belt. Still not really... We have only 6 red belts of throughput, so I guess we need to make this design on both sides of the mine eventually, once mining productivity is high enough, believe it or not. Let's check what we need and we'll just bring that over here. So 8 lights and 15 roboports. We do have the roboports, we can bring ourselves over to the base. And while we do that, we can just tell the bots to bring us some roboports. I think I did not automate lights actually. I should have been automating lights because those are annoying to handcraft. I'm not gonna set up the full stuff yet, but let's at least set up a little bit of basic materials to be brought by us by the bots. Just so we can make some stuff when we're out there. This looks like I am constantly out of the tiniest little things. I guess that's going to be okay for now. You can make most of the stuff in the game out of iron, copper, steel, gears and circuits. But let's add red circuits to there. Well, like beacons and roboports and whatnot. If we need one, we can just make it. I guess we need to enable logistics requests for that. Alright, so let's automate lights then. I mean, we have copper cable automated now. So we may as well be automating lights. Okay, 8 is how much we need. So now we can go back again. Plop down the remaining roboports and lights in place. Right, braking force 7 is done. That means all what's left to do is research infinite technologies. Do I want to start that already? I guess I should just start that already. It's gonna take forever to get a couple levels done with the 60 signs per minute base we have now. We're gonna need like 60 signs per minute with 20% productivity bonus in the labs, which is not counted in the statistics overview at the moment. I think Factorio 2.0 will do that. Thanks Maja for the 5th month subscription as well, and welcome. Alright, what I should have done, I guess I can press the L button and check out how much landfill I have. I also could wire all these chests together. Should I do that? Then we can see in a mouse over from the map as well how much we have. Well, I guess we can see from the map view how much we have as well by just scrolling through these. So let's not hook all these chests up together. Yeah, 1.7k landfill. So that is going to fill up nicely while we are away. How are the biters behaving? Better than you. They haven't been annoying us at all. We have taken them out at the beginning of the stream. At least the expansions, so we gave ourselves a bit of time. We reinstated the raiders which got taken out. No more raiders have gotten taken out, I don't think. I haven't heard that scary sound before this stream. We've got a shopping list, like a big plan, how to get to 10,000 signs per minute. We have done the first 2 steps now. The first 3 steps, I might add another check mark to the list. Landfill for the tileable nuclear power plant. So we have a temporary bot mall over here, which is making some of the stuff we need in the immediate future, like miners for the landfill, some chests for landfill, inserters, power lines, undergrounds and splitters from the red category, and the nuclear power plant materials, as well as roboports, beacons, and some other stuff required for the nuclear power plant as well. We're gonna get into that once we are back from the epic hunt, I guess. Because now it is time to really start taking out some biters. We're gonna drive evolution up to 99.7%. 99.7% of the people won't believe I'm going to drive up the evolution factor to 99.7%. I want to know what's behind this lake. We're gonna do like another like 2 or 3 rings of raiders perhaps at high speed. And we're gonna take out all those biters with the big worm protected nests, which were previously giving us a lot of trouble still, but since we have completed all technologies in the game, including all of these upgrades, we have experienced a giant power spike, and these guys will just literally melt away now. There's one thing I want to do, so let's make a save. Let's go into editor mode. I want to figure out what level of explosive damage insta-kills the biter bases. So let's do a quick test for that. I guess we should not set it up right next to Spidertron unless we uncheck this. I need a box with a rocket launcher. And a bunch of explosive rockets. Alright, then we need a nest. Actually, we don't need just one nest, we need like... No, yeah, we can do like one nest. Let's throw a worm in there. Or just another nest. Alright, this is the most regularly formed nest you ever saw. And right now I have kinda annoyed myself into a corner. Just for testing purposes. Alright, so I'm gonna save this test as well. Test. So we can load this back. Let's get out of editor mode. This is gonna happen. So the point is, rocket launcher, explosive damage. I can just get in the spider. Oh yeah, we've got a radar there. Never mind. So I just want to launch a single rocket at this spitter spawner. This spitter spawner is probably gonna... Aha, okay, that is why I made the save, I guess. Forgot about the laser defenses. Alright, so I'm gonna launch a single explosive rocket at this nest. Can't stay close by enough. Alright. This nest is gonna die. I don't really doubt that. But the thing is, these rockets have like two types of damage. Direct damage 140 and explosive damage 280. The nest I target is going to have the damage, both damage types counted together. So it's 280 and 140, 420 damage. These nests have like 350 hit points. They do have 15% explosive resistance though. So while this nest may die immediately, all of these are not gonna die immediately. So let's try that. Unfortunately I cannot zoom in closer, so we'll just do it like so. Alright, so even this nest survived at this stage. It survived with like 1 hit point or so. What the heck? Man, I gotta see that again. Alright, let's set the health back to 350. That is a full health nest. Alright, I'll target it again. I'll slow down time this time. It survives with 2 health. Are you kidding me? 2 health, alright. So a giant upgrade to our attack strength would be... Let's load the test. A giant upgrade to our attack strength would be if we could at least kill the nest we are targeting at in one shot. So I guess if we have 1 level of explosive damage researched like so, now it is researched, 1 level of infinite explosion damage. If we now perform the same experiment, maybe not that slow, but maybe half speed, this nest now will die in 1 shot, right? Alright, now it dies in 1 shot, and these are a lot more damaged. So now basically you gotta find the level where also these nests just get destroyed just by the explosive damage of the rocket. that will really power spike us once again, because every single rocket we fire will wipe out all the nests in the area around it, instead of leaving nests with like half health all over the place. So let's loot once more. We'll just keep adding levels of explosive damage. No, it's not any reason to not use yellow rockets? Yes. Yellow rockets have bigger damage. I guess for this demonstration it doesn't matter. So yellow rockets have bigger damage. They will take out the nest immediately, but they don't have an explosive range. So I need to shoot every nest individually, instead of just one-shotting an entire area. So that is what we are trying to do. Right, so we did one level of explosive damage. If it's like less than 4,000 signs, we could go for that right off the bat. So let's give ourselves 2 extra levels, 2 infinite levels of explosive damage. And we shoot at this nest again. Alright, it dies. These nests survive with like 30 hit points or so. Right, so we need 3 levels of explosive damage. That's already 1,000, 2,000 and 7,000 infinite signs. So 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels. 7,000 signs worth of explosion damage. Let's check it out. Oh, nice! That is the result we were looking for. So just 7,000 signs of explosion damage. And we can basically one-shot all the nests in a large area around every individual rocket. And we can shoot rockets at quite a fast speed. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. It looks like at this stage, once you have the materials to replace anything, it does not really matter how much damage you cause to your base. Everything is just immediately replaced as if nothing ever happened. So that's kinda nice. Okay, but now we know we need 4 levels of explosion damage to one-shot rockets just with the explosion damage. To one-shot nests just with the explosion damage. And the first level is going to up the damage on our explosive rocket to at least one-shot the center nest with 1 rocket. Alright, I think we know what to do then. This might actually change my plan a bit. Okay, I need to not load the test, I need to load the actual game. Worms have a varying amount of hit points. Okay, let's go into editor one more time. The thing is, eventually we are only gonna be facing behemoth worms far out in large nests, and in expansions it doesn't really matter. Expansions we can just personal laser defense to that. But far out we're just gonna encounter behemoth worms. They have like 750 hit points or so. Yeah, 750. Plus they have probably more resistance. No, actually, yeah, they have 30% explosion resistance compared to 15% for the nest. So we're gonna need to do well over 1,000 damage. Worms are not such a big issue though. We basically quickly want to kill the nest, which keeps spawning the behemoth biters and behemoth spitters. And worms are an afterthought. We can just they can just be laser defense to that. But this taking out the nests in one shot is going to be super important. How about medium worms? Medium worms are already extinct too, actually, so that's not important really. 400 health, slightly more than a nest. The thing is, here we already go from medium worms to big worms, and the further out we go, here is going to be only big worms. I say, if we go out further, Here it's gonna be, if you go out further, here is gonna be only big worms from the start. No more medium worms are present in this nest. That one does not exist. Okay, no medium worms are present in this nest. That's big worms only. And even further out it's gonna be only behemoth worms. Now big worms and behemoth worms have the same hit points, the 750. The only difference is their range and their damage. So it goes from 38 to 48 range. And the damage is like 3 times as high, the damage per second of standing in behemoth puddles. So don't really need to take that into account for now. The important thing is insta-kill the nests and stop the biter spawns. Alright, so 4 levels of damage is what we need. Okay, that's gonna change the approach. We're gonna postpone attacking the biters then for a little bit. Maybe we can do some work on the bot mole instead, while we research the infinite technologies which allow us to spike. Or we could just do it. We could just get started. Just get started anyway, and we can compare both situations. That would maybe be even more interesting. So we need 3 levels of this. That's gonna be 1000 plus 2000 plus 4000 signs, 7000 infinite signs. But not really 7000 because we've got 20% productivity bonus in the labs as well. So that's roughly gonna be like 5500 or so. Alright, I'm going to watch that clip real quick. Is that the same one as was linked before? Oh, okay. I see. No. I was trying to hide the evidence. I thought people were sending clips from other people. Okay. I thought, okay, it's my clips from me. Okay, thanks for making clips, I guess. I thought there was some situation where some other person discovered something about rockets, which could be interesting, so I wanted to take a quick look at those. Alright. Thing is, as soon as I do this, we're going to start. Do we want anything else? Mining productivity, not really super important right now. We have our 60 signs per minute base. Our belts are mostly compressed except for the copper at the starter base. I guess it's alright. I think we should just do that. Go for 3 levels of stronger explosives and benefit from the insta-killing. Let's do it. Okay, not that one. Right, infinite signs. Let's walk over back to the base. Should have done that before I switched it on. But we can watch it from the map view, I guess. Alright. So pretty soon, these rockets are gonna get launched. All 7 science packs. Fortunately, I don't need to say all 43 science packs in this game. 7 science packs, more than enough. Vanilla got it exactly right. There's no reason to add more science packs to Factorio. Except of course in the expansion, I guess. We're gonna have more science packs. Alright, we don't need purple science for stronger explosives. So the base is probably gonna use roughly the same amount of power as we were using before. Alright, so I guess we want to get started on expanding the radar grid anyway. So let's gear up for war. I should have brought these inserters back to here before this chest was full again. I'm too late. Alright, I'm too late. Way too late. Spider, again, I forgot to switch off the requests, I guess, so Mr. Spider got another 1000 of those delivered to him. Another set of those. And a set of those. Right, we're gonna be away for a while, I guess. So let's maximize this production over here. We'll remove the chest limits for now. We need all the modules we can get. Looks like we have a full 3 chests of blue chips, so that's good. That is not going to be hogging up extra power anymore, which is good because now we are starting the base again and high level technologies. This is actually going quite fast. Alright, so we haven't researched in a while. The lab's consumption speed is definitely higher than 63 SPM. So yeah, we are consuming roughly 100 signs per minute. So we are progressing roughly 120 signs per minute. Okay, production is going to go up to 63 again. Blue is lower at the moment because these are not yet activated after the break in research. Alright. Productivity modules. Okay, let's just throw some stuff in here so the bots can take care of bringing that away. I guess the car no longer needed. I guess one seeded car is enough. Miners, landfill. Oh, hello Ho-Ho Billy, thanks for the raid. So we are playing 10,000 signs per minute. We've got our starter base complete. It is this giant thing here. Starter base as in rocket launching starter base. All signs has been automated and we are preparing basically to go beyond the starter base of 60 signs per minute. Eventually we get to 10,000. First we're going to go to 1,000, but that requires module trees, blue bells, a mall, a lot of power, etc, etc. Right now what it requires is taking out biters, because we are playing with biters as well. Evolution is past behemoths already, so expansions and the speed at which the biters make expansions are a thing now. So we are going to take out a lot of biters and reveal a lot more land. That is where we are dropping in right now. I was just preparing to start going for a big epic slaughter. We can also throw these blueprints in here to save a little bit of inventory space. So we just have like one book on us instead of... Does this fit in a book? No. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, what do we need? We need a lot of radars. We need a lot of wooden power lines. Let's grab all of those. Let's grab